So it really got me thinking, if I were the average American with the average sized backyard, what would I do? And I came up with two things. Guys, unless you've been living under a rock, you know that gas prices are getting ridiculous. And when gas prices get ridiculous, eventually grocery prices get ridiculous. And we're getting there. Already hearing about grocery prices going up even more. And so it really got me thinking, if I were the average American with the average sized backyard, what would I do? And I came up with two things. One, you can do in just a matter of hours and have it ready to go. The other may take you a little more time. First one's right here over my shoulder. Let's get started. So the first thing that I would do is to build one of these. This is a square foot raised bed. I've got a video on my channel where I built these for about $30 a piece. I'll link it below in the description if you want to check it out. It's called a square foot garden because it's divided into 16 square feet. Now you can make it as big as you want, as wide as you want, as long as you want. But that is the premise, that each section is 1 square foot. And in each square foot you can plant 1, 2, 3, 4 plants. In your typical old-fashioned style row garden, you've got a lot of wasted space. You've got a row of vegetables, then you've got a space, and you've got another row of vegetables, and you got a space. There's a lot of wasted space. The great thing about this little bed is it takes up very little footprint. It only takes up 16 square foot, but it provides, every one of those 16 square foot provides places for you to grow something. Here we have radish growing. We have carrots in these. We have cabbage in this, and we have onions over here. It's kind of a little spring garden that we've started. But you can grow anything in these. You can grow tomatoes, you can grow peppers, you can grow beans, you can grow squash. So don't get me wrong, this is not going to, one of these little gardens is not going to take the place of your grocery budget. But it can help offset it, especially if you plant things that take up some bulk in your diet. Things like potatoes and beans that you can add some bulk to your meals and save $1 here or there. Things that you use on a regular basis. These are great for lettuce and things like that. You can grow a lot of lettuce in these and just plant them in succession, and you can harvest lettuce. Whatever it is that you use the most, you can plant that. You can plant these for fairly cheap. The most expensive thing about these is going to be filling them with dirt. That's going to be your big cost. There's ways to save money. Mine's filled with compost and dirt from here on the Homestead. But this will be the first step. Just get one of these and get the planting. And like I said, you could build this in an afternoon and you could fill it with dirt and plant the very next day. Let's go talk about the second leg of my plan. So the square foot garden would be step 1 of my 2-step plan. Step 2 would be getting some chickens. Now, let me clarify a few things, because when I say raising chickens, I don't mean the way that most people raise chickens. That's not cost efficient whatsoever. Most people that raise chickens, they go out and they buy a really fancy chicken coop for anywhere from $300 to $1,000. They buy the top of the line equipment, everything, nesting boxes, feeders, drinkers. They go out and they purchase pedigreed stock of silkies and frizzies and all of these fancy birds that people are kind of wanting. That's the Pinterest way of raising chickens, and if that's what you're into, that's fine. But if I were to start over again and with an average size American backyard, I would start out with 4 heritage breed dual purpose birds, something like a Rhode Island Red. I would have 4 hens and a rooster. Now, you don't have to have a rooster to have eggs. 4 hens will provide for your egg needs for a family of 4 easily. And I'd add in a rooster just for the option to be able to continue to have chicks without having to buy them from the store. So why dual purpose breed? Number 1, you're going to get pretty good at egg production. Number 2, it's going to provide some meat for your table. Now, most people look at chickens as pets. I don't see chickens as pets. Chickens are livestock. They provide eggs, they provide meat, they provide tillage of the soil, they help keep the bugs down. They have all kinds of benefits, but they're livestock. And so if you're going to raise chickens to save money on your grocery bill, you're going to have to see them not as pets, but as livestock. Let's talk about how I would feed them, because these girls and boy, they get commercial feed plus kitchen scraps. We feed free choice. And that's how you get top 100% egg production is by feeding them free choice feed. You get great egg production. But if I were to do this, if I were looking at this from a perspective of somebody that's brand new in the average American backyard, I would not feed them commercial feed. I would feed them chicken scraps. Now, believe it or not, family of 4 produces enough kitchen scraps to feed 4 chickens easily, probably maybe even double that. Now, what do I mean by kitchen scraps? Meat scraps. Chickens are omnivores. They'll eat meat. Vegetable scraps, like clippings from the garden. Feed your chickens that. Now, you're not going to get 100% egg productivity. You may get 75%. You may get 80%. But that's not a big deal. That's not. If I'm raising chickens to save money, I'm not raising them for 100% egg production. I'm raising them to provide food for my family. So I'm okay with only getting about 80% egg production. It's not a big deal, but I'm saving money by not purchasing feed. Now, where would I put these chickens? Well, I'd put them in a very simple chicken tractor. I've got a video on our channel when we built our chicken tractor. I built it for about $40 using some scrap wood that I had laying around and some plastic from an old IBC tote. The great thing about a chicken tractor is that it's not in a stationary place. It is moved every day. Every day you move that chicken tractor, and every day they have access to fresh grass, which again helps to feed them. They can feed themselves. So let me show you our old chicken tractor. It's been around this place for about 5 years now. This is our chicken tractor. It is 4 foot wide, 8 foot long, and 2 foot tall. This chicken tractor will easily house 4 to 6 chickens, no problem whatsoever. And it's very simply constructed. 2x4 that I ripped down in half that I had laying around, hardwood cloth, a little bit of plywood, and some roofing tar for the top, and a hinge, and you're good to go. But it's a very simple plan. You can do it. You can set it in motion in a weekend. You could go to Lowe's, pick up your materials for your garden, and you can get started now. You can build one of these in an afternoon. So go check out the video of me building these for about $30 and go build some for yourself. Think about getting you some chickens. There's also a video about how to build an inexpensive chicken tractor. I'll also link that below in the description. Guys, I hope this video has inspired you to get out there and grow something, get out there and build something, get some animals, and just loosen the grasp that the grocery store has over your family. Guys, I hope you have a blessed one. Have a great day. I'll see you on the next one, Lord willing, and the creek don't rise.